first 8 seconds. So the first 8 seconds of your phone call is going to be the most important time frame, guys. It's very important for you to be able to draw them in to the conversation. It's the difference between them hanging up on you and them continuing the call and being receptive to what you have to hear. Not only just staying on the phone, but actually being receptive, right? So within those first 8 seconds, there's really 6 possibilities of how it will go on how either they will answer the phone and how you will respond to them answering. So let's take a look at what it is.
Go ahead and give yourself some round of applause. Good job. Good job. Guys, great job. You come such a long way in just 10 days. You came from building your foundation all the way to now putting it together, which is what we are going to do today. We're going to put it all together to make sure you have what it takes to get that first wholesale deal after today, okay? Now, guys, the first thing I want you guys to do is visit day number 9 if you missed it for any reason, because in day number 9, I went over 9 different marketing techniques from cold calling to, door knocking. I went over 9 different marketing techniques, Facebook ads, Facebook messengers, all the marketing techniques I'm sure you've probably heard about. And the reason why that is very important, because I don't want you guys to be, looking in every direction trying to figure out which is the best marketing technique for you to use, especially when you're just starting off. So definitely watch that because that'll prepare you for today. All right. Now, today I will tell you guys, we're going to put it all together, and specifically how we're going to put it all together is I'm going to revisit the number 1 technique that I recommended for you guys yesterday. And I'm going to take a deep dive into that and also go over just a couple more tips that I got for you guys, something for you guys to take home with, something for you to think about on the rest of your real estate journey. All right. Now, the first thing that we're going to hit it and get into, since you already got your Google Voice number, since you've already have the utilizing, the lead tracker, if you followed anything I did, I really, wanted you guys to implement what I taught you every day. That way you can see if it's working for you. So right now you should already have leads on your, lead tracker. Now, real quick, what you saw in the beginning right there is enough for you to probably just go ahead and just, turn off this video if you like to, but you will miss out on a bunch of content. So make sure you stay and also hit that subscribe button and the like button and maybe even that notification bell to continue helping the channel grow. All right. Now, what you saw in the beginning is Cold Call to Success, the course. That is the course where I go over everything that I've learned for the last 2.5 years, about 3 years now, of full-time real estate investing. So I go over everything that I learned from being on the phone with cold calling, right? Now, yesterday I taught you guys that cold calling, in my personal opinion, is the number 1 technique that you as a new real estate investor should be starting off with, because the barrier of entry is very low, right? You have to pay for a little bit of data. If you don't know how to do that, I got a bunch of videos on batch skip tracing where you can get your leads skip traced. But all you have to do is pay for data, and it's active. Whereas, you're not being, proactive, right? So you're not reacting to something. You're being, active, where you are going ahead and, fetching out the deal yourself versus waiting for the deal to come to you. So that's why I love cold calling. Whereas, direct mail, you're waiting for a deal to come back to you, answering the phone, things like that. And also with door knocking, I don't believe it's the best use of your time, the best way to utilize your time. When it comes to Facebook ads and messengers, go back to yesterday and see what I said about that. But cold calling is the number 1 technique when you're first starting off. So I give you guys everything that I learned about cold calling, and not only cold calling, but also receiving inbound calls and also a bunch of seller pushbacks, because ultimately, no matter all the techniques that I gave you guys yesterday, ultimately you have to get on the phone. So I do believe that the course Cold Call to Success can be very beneficial to you, no matter if you feel like you don't need it because you're not cold calling, or no matter if you feel like you've already got some skills and you've already been in the business for a while. I give you guys my personal script that I've used and I've developed over years. It didn't just, I didn't just buy it and I'm just giving it to you guys. I've, developed this script over trial and error. So I know it works. So, you guys would definitely be able to use it, and it would definitely just jumpstart. I feel like personally, it can just jumpstart what your career is. Now, the script won't make you do the work, right? But the script can help you as you do the work. So don't think just because you buy Cold Call to Success, the course, that you're just going to get your first deal. But it will aid you on that path and make it a lot easier by, giving you that lesson in that learning curve for you to get that first deal, as long as you're willing to still put in the work. All right, guys, now let's get into the work. You feel me? So today, I'm going to take you guys through a yes and a no call. So I, hinted towards you guys, and you maybe even heard me, speak on the phone and, do some live cold calls with sellers. However, what I do in cold call to success and what I'm going to do here is actually break it down. Now, in that first one, you saw that I gave you guys the first 8 seconds of a call. So I break down the call from the first 8 seconds, the hook, the bait, the bringing it home. I break it down into about 4 or 5 different sections, because it really is very different, and you've mastered each section, then you'll master the call. That way, once you jump on the phone, you already know how the call should go, so you're in control. All right, that's the first point. You guys make sure with the yes and no, you peep how I stay in control of the conversation. All right, so let's get into it. The first one is going to be a no. So I'm calling somebody, and just follow along. My name is D'Angelo. The property address is 123 Main Street. The woman or the person name will be Jane or John Doe, okay? So this one's first one is no, and this will be John Doe. All right. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, John? Yes, this is John. May I ask who's calling? This is D'Angelo with Property Solutions. I was giving you a call about the property on 123 Main Street. Did I catch you at a bad time? Yeah, you did catch me at a bad time, D'Angelo. Oh, no worries, I'll make this fast. I was just calling because our company is purchasing property throughout the zip code, and your property on Main Street matches our buying criteria. We'd like to know if you're interested in selling at this time. Well, D'Angelo, I really hadn't thought about it, but possibly, how much are you guys going to offer? Well, John, besides getting the right price, is there another reason you are interested in selling the property at this time? Well, I mean, for me, it's kind of all about the money. I have no reason to sell it. It gives a great income. Okay, John, well, do you have a right price in mind? Well, if I can get, 300, if I can get 350,000, I'll sell it. Now, at that point, what happens? 9 times out of 10, he said that he wants to sell only for the right price at $350,000. You can Google it. If it's well above your Zillow price, you hang up the phone and you say just this. Well, you don't hang up the phone. You say just this. Well, John, at that price, it won't work for us. We're actually looking for something that needs more work. Do you have any other property you like to sell? Maybe something that does need more work? Well, right now I don't have anything else. Well, John, no worries. I appreciate your time. If anything does change, you have our number. Just give us a call back, all right? Yes, sir. All right, thanks for your time. Hang up. Guys, that's it. So what I want you guys to realize there, now, when I tell you in the beginning, that's why it was very important. I want you guys to really take a screenshot of that. If you don't get the cold call to success course, more power to you. But I want you to take a screenshot of in the beginning. So rewind that back, because there are 6 different ways somebody's going to answer the phone. In this example, I gave you the quiet method, right? So John didn't answer the phone and say, hello, this is John, or hello. He said quietness, right? And I said, hello, John. And I said it kind of like a question. And then he said, yes, may I ask who's calling? And he said, this is D'Angelo with da-da-da-da. So what I'm saying is there's 5 other ways that somebody can possibly answer the phone. And if you know there's 6 ways in total. I just gave you 1. If you know all of the ways, then you'll be able to answer the phone like a pro every single time, and you'll be able to it'll just become second nature, right? So you'll be able to know exactly what it is and practice it. So screenshot that first one, because it'll help you out in the beginning phase. All right. Now, on the second stage of that phone call, John said I called him at a bad time. So that was kind of the same thing. So with me catching him at a bad time, I said, no worries, I'll make this fast. Guys, I teach you, do not hang up the phone. Anytime somebody tells you that, hey, you called me at a bad time or anything like that, the fact that you're asking, you're giving them the illusion that they have the power from the standpoint they're saying no. So they're choosing to have this conversation versus you getting on the phone and just getting them to say yes. And that feels like they're being bombarded, okay? So get them to say no first. That way they're actually, intrigued with your phone conversation. And then on the next side of that, we ask them, we tell them what we do, right? You tell them your company name, you're purchasing in the area of the property. And guys, you can say zip code of the property, or you can say property city, whatever works best for you right there. So once you get that, you just tell them what you're doing right there real quick, so they know who you are. They know what you're doing, right? So they know that your company name, they know that you're buying property in the desired area, whatever area you say, and they know that you want them to sell their property. So right there, after that, we go to the next segment, and then they say, yes or no. Once he says no, we say, no worries. Do you have any other property you'd like to sell, right? Something that needs more work because that price didn't work, right? So he didn't say no. It was $350,000. The price didn't work. So we asked that he had any other property he would like to sell, something that needs more work. Guys, once you ask that question, now you're prompting, a different property, right? So always ask that question because I've had so many deals that have come just from me asking, do you have any other property you'd like to sell, something that needs more work? Guys, that's it. So, with a no lead, make sure you ask that last question because you don't want to just hang up. You want to maximize every opportunity. Okay? So that's a no lead in a nutshell. Again, if you'd like to go more in detail with a bunch of more things, click the link in the description. Shop successfully, cold call to success. You'll find it on the products page. All right? So let's go into a yes. Let's talk to Miss Jane though. All right, Miss Jane. So ring, 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 ring. Hello, this is Jane. Hey, Jane, this is D'Angelo with Hey, I can't tell y'all my real LLC name, man. Hello, Jane, this is D'Angelo with Jungle Properties. Just giving you a call about the property on 123 Main Street. Did I catch you at a bad time? No, D'Angelo, you didn't catch me at a bad time. How are you? Oh, I'm doing good. I was just giving you a call because our company is purchasing property throughout the area of the property, and the property on Main Street matches our buying criteria. We wanted to know if you'd be interested in selling at this time. Well, yes, I am interested in selling. Okay, perfect. And besides getting the right price, is there another reason you are interested in selling? Well, I'm just looking to get out of it. I've had it for a while. Just looking to get out of it. It's been a long-term rental. Okay, gotcha. All right, so, is the property currently vacant or occupied? It's a rental, so, it's currently occupied. Okay. Are the tenants on a month-to-month or a year lease? Well, the tenants are on a month-to-month. Like I said, they've been there for quite a time, and they've been there for 5 years, so it turned to a month-to-month after the first year. Oh, gotcha. Okay, perfect. And how much are they paying per month? Well, D'Angelo, why does that matter? Well, we like to know how much they're paying per month so we can calculate our offer. Well, D'Angelo, they're on a month-to-month, so I really don't feel comfortable, giving out that information. I feel like it doesn't matter much just because they're on a month-to-month, and, you can just give them a 30-day notice if you like to get them out. Well, okay. All right, Jane, I understand, but level with me. Just tell me this. Are they paying rent right now, or they need to be evicted? Well, they are paying rent, but I just don't feel comfortable with saying how much they're paying. All right, Jane, completely understand. They're paying rent, they're month to month. All right, well, can you tell me a little bit about the condition of the property, starting with the age of the roof, furnace, and hot water? Yes, the age of the roof is 5 years, the furnace is 6 years, and the hot water heater is 7 years. Perfect. All right. And does the property have central air? Yes, it does have central air. All right. And how old is the central air unit? It's about 8 years. Perfect. Gotcha. All right, Jane. Well, thanks for that information. So just to tell you a bit about our company, right now we're purchasing property throughout the area of the property, whatever the property area is. Right now we're purchasing property throughout the area of the property, and your property on Main. Right now all right, Jane. So just to tell you a little bit about our company, right now we're purchasing property throughout the area of the property. We cover all costs associated with the closing, things like excise tax, transfer tax, title insurance. All that will be covered by us. Also, since we pay cash, we can have you closed out within 30 days. Now, that being said, do you have a price range in mind that you would feel comfortable selling the property for? Well, D'Angelo, I kind of was talking with my husband about it. We're thinking somewhere in the ballpark of about 70 to 80,000. Gotcha. Okay. All right. 70 to 80. All right, Jane. Well, I appreciate the information. Just to check, I want to let you know we are going to be, paying all cash. And since we're going to be saving you holding costs and also closing costs, do you think you can go any lower than that? 70 to 80,000 mark? Can you go any lower? Well, D'Angelo, how about you just take it back to your purchase manager and, you let us know what you can offer. Okay, definitely will do. So I appreciate the information. What I'll do from here is take this back to my purchase manager. I'll give you a call back within 24 hours and I'll let you know what we can offer. How does that sound, Jane? Sounds good. I can't wait to hear from you. All right. Thanks for your time, Jane. Have a good day. Guys, that's it. And I covered really all corners of it, right? And there's just different variations depending on, the condition of the property, depending on if there's renters or if it's vacant, depending on if it's year to year or month to month, depending on how much they pay in rent. That just to break down that call, and you already saw where it ended off from the first one, right? So on the no, you saw where it ended off. It ended off, after did I catch you at a bad time? All those kind of things, right? So now from there, we started with, after she told us that she wants to sell the property, we, asked her, why? And that why, you got to gauge that, because sometimes that is completely unnecessary to ask why, and it really can just be a drag. So say if it was a bad time, right? If that was a bad time, don't ask why. Just keep going along with your script. But you want to ask why sometimes if you sense that there is some things there, right? It's pretty cool. Another thing too that I want you guys to know that you can add. When you figure out, when you say, well, Jane, thanks for that information, after you get the condition of the property, you can ask after that, is there a mortgage on the property, right? That'll help you as well. So once you get the condition, you say, well, thanks, for telling me the condition of the property. I have one last question. All right. Well, Jane, I have one last question. Is there currently a mortgage left on the property? And then they'll say yes or no, right? So the reason why you ask that is because it can help you gauge your offer. So like this example, after I gave her my last spiel, told her what I did, close out 30 days, all of that right there, right? She said $70,000 to $80,000 was her price range. And, go back to my purchase manager, see if I can offer less than, or see if I have to offer her less than 70, right? Basically. That being said, though, you want to make sure that, when you're giving out that information, when you're speaking with them, that they are in a situation where they are, able to believe what you're saying by the way that you're speaking with them. You get what I'm saying? The way you deliver that right there is huge, guys. So deliver that the right way, that last little bit, and then you will be able to, build a lot of credibility there. So, at that $70,000 to $80,000 mark, it's, possible there's a deal there. You go back and take it back to your purchase manager, which is yourself, right? Your purchase manager is yourself. That way, if you come back and you say, actually, we have to offer $65,000. My purchase manager just got back to me with the numbers. He's willing to offer $65,000. You remove yourself out of it. So that way they can say, well, can you go back and tell your purchase manager this? And then you say, well, yeah, I'll let you know. And then you'll get back to them. So that way you remove yourself out of it. All right, guys, I feel like you guys are ready. I mean, the main thing is really just to keep going consistent, just to revisit back to that first day that we talked. What's your why? Why are you wholesaling real estate? Really keep that in your mind when you're doing this on a day-to-day basis, because I understand how tedious this process is. And if you don't have a bigger purpose in mind, it can become easy to be lost in the mundane task of call after call. So have a bigger purpose in mind, and that'll keep you consistent, right? As long as your heart in every step, then you'll definitely feel like a success. On this journey, guys, you have to just get to stepping. That's the only way that at least for somebody like me, that's where I get my peace of mind from. I know as long as I'm stepping, then I'm working and I'm good. You feel me? As long as I'm moving, then I'm good. So keep that same energy for yourself. At this point, you have all the theoreticals that you need. All the theoreticals that you need, you have them. If you like to get more, though, you can go ahead and shop successfully with Cold Call to Success, the course. Link is in the description. And that link will take you to the products page, and is where you'll find the actual course called Cold Call to Success. Once you click that course, it'll take you to Thinkific, the site, where you can actually purchase the course, and it'll be delivered to your email simultaneously as soon as you purchase it. Guys, if you don't take that route, more power to you. I didn't take that route, I actually take that back. I did take that route. I bought a script. In the very beginning, I bought a script. When I won't say very beginning, I'll say about 8 months in, I bought a script. And I believe that script is actually what helped me become more fluent. Because before the script, I kind of would just go off what I knew I had to ask. But I controlled the conversation when I had the script, because I knew where I wanted to start and I knew where I wanted it to go. And also inbound calls is huge. I didn't have an inbound calling script. So That's huge. And I give you guys an inbound call script as well. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching. Again, keep your heart in it, man. As always, get to stepping.